What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Pipe Revival companion podcast going on right now. Grab your pipe. What do we got today? We got the old Royal Duke Prince. Just a beautiful, beautiful pipe. My trusty Dr. Grayboe. I forgot, it needs reamed out really bad. In fact, I got it here with me. Those of you wonder what this is my little carry case that I carry with me when I go out on the road. I can get, I can put a jar in here. I can put the little, I got the little Cornell and Deal tins. This was just, we bought like a little luggage set for our kids to go to like summer camp. And this came with one of them. And so that's what I use. But anyways, here's the old trusty Dr. Grayboe. It needs reamed out. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it needs reamed out. I meant to take it home this last week, and I did take it home this last weekend, but I got busy working on automobiles, and I forgot all about doing my pipe maintenance, which is super important for me, because I take these apart when I about every other week, or about once a month at least, and I'll take the stem, the plastic part. Now these Dr. Grayboe, these are the newer ones. Now some of the older ones are vulcanite. These are just like I don't know if it's ABS plastic. It's like a plasticky. So I put them in the dishwater, warm dishwater with a little scrub thing. Let it soak in there. Get it all clean with dish soap, warm dish soap, and dry it out, and it's like new. The briar, I just ream it out with a reamer. There, I have some wood cleaner. I don't really use it a lot because it's for the outside of the pipe. It's not for the inside of the pipe. You can neutralize a pipe by putting putting some kosher salt in there, and then putting your alcohol in there after you ream it, and it'll neutralize it. When I buy pipes off of eBay, which I haven't done for quite a while, that's what I'll do. I'll ream them out and I'll neutralize them with the salt and alcohol. Just let it sit overnight, and it gets all the old, musty, crusty, old smoke out of there. If you guys have bought an estate pipe off of eBay, you know what I'm talking about. I bought some these are old timers. I bought some pipes that it's completely clogged up. So with them old timers, they just literally smoked on that thing until you couldn't draw through it, and until it just plugged up. That last little bit of carbon just plugged up the pipe. They just set it off to the side. And I mean, I don't even know how they're getting tobacco in there, because these are so like carboned up. There just must have been just sprinkling a little bit of tobacco in there. But anyways, yeah, it's super easy and quick. It takes like, not even like, 5 minutes. Ream that thing out in like less than a minute. You wash the stem and dish soap, and boom, you're done. Your pipe maintenance is done for a Dr. Grayboe. Now, some of you may go all out and get all fancy and do all this crazy stuff. I choose not to partake in the lunacy. I say that in jest. A lot of you guys take your pipe collecting way more serious than I do, and that's all good. I would probably be better taking it a little more seriously than I do, but it's all about the tobacco. It's all about the smoking. It's all about having a satisfying smoke for me. And for me, a pipe is it's just a tool. It's just a tool. You know, if you know how to use the tool, it's kind of like a guitar, you know. A talented musician can make any guitar talk, any guitar speak, and any guitar sound good. So it's kind of like that. But a little bit different when it comes to pipe smoking. And seriously, I mean, this is a briar. This is like Macedonian briar. It's not like your high grade. Now, there are some, you can go to West Virginia Smoke Shop. He has this, if you go under Dr. Grabo Pipes, you look under the tab, it says Collector's Edition, or Collector's Pipes, or something to do with collectors while you're in the Dr. Grabo section. He'll have the pipes that have perfect briars, no fills. They're collector worthy. So I think he does that himself. He'll get the pipe in and he'll look it over and he'll deem that pipe is good enough for a collector. So if you want to get a perfect Dr. Grabo, that literally is just as good as any other pipe out there. Don't fool yourself, folks. They're just as good as all the other pipes. Go to West Virginia Smoke Shop where he takes the time. He selects the wheat from the chaff. He separates the wheat from the chaff there when it comes to Dr. Grabo. And if you want to get a real good one, and he does have some rare ones that he had like a Zulu pipe there for a little while. I think it's sold. About a bunch of people going to West Virginia Smoke Shop, but he's been going through pipes like crazy, I've noticed. So I think he's staying pretty busy. So act now if you want one. Anyways, let's light this up. What we're smoking today here, before I get going here, is Yorktown from Cornell and Deal. And this is just, it's all Virginia. It's like stoved red Virginia combined with bright Virginia, and then they re-stove those together after they combine it, and then they add in to straight red. So it is a Virginia lover's dream, and I wish they would have like a Yorktown with Perique, because this is excellent. I've been smoking on this. I'm out of for those of you that know, I bought like 5 blends of Cornell and Deal stuff. I scored on 4 of those blends. 2 of those blends I really just they just went over the top, and that was 3 Friars and Exhausted Rooster. Those 2 blends were just mwah, just so good. And they're gone. They are gone. So I've been working on the Yorktown. Yorktown is almost gone. And I've been working on Riverboat Gambler. I want to do a review on these. Especially this one, because this one is it's a little different, because I think it has the Turkish in there, and Turkish for some of you guys is probably gonna be like a turn off, because it's a little, how do I put this, it's a little rough around the edges, maybe. You know, there's a lot of Cornell and Deal blends that are a little rough around the edges, and that's kind of a put off for people, and some people love it. Like haunted bookshop, like a fresh haunted bookshop without any age on it, it's a little rough around the edges. You know what I'm talking about. You get some age on it though, and man, it rounds all that stuff out. Woo! It's good stuff. But I suspect like an aged riverboat would probably be the same. But it is, for some of you, this will probably be a little bit turned off, lighten this up, because of the, I don't know a good description. The harshness of the Turkish, the roughness of the Turkish. It might be a turnoff for some of you guys. But if you just keep at it, slow it down, just give it a chance. And you got to get to know these tobaccos. You just can't, I think some guys just smoke a bowl, and then they're just decided on the tobacco. Just smoke the bowl, and they just know it all about that tobacco. You gotta go through. We gotta spend some time with it, like a delicate lady. Gotta spend some time with it. Get to know it. Know what it likes. Know what it wants. Anyways, let's light this up. This is Yorktown, Cornell and Diehl, Yorktown. I don't think they've added any flavoring at all to this. This is just straight Virginia tobacco. All right, we got our charring light. One thing about this Yorktown that I got, it was dry. But don't fret. In my experience, Virginia tobaccos smoke beautifully. If they're like crispy dry, they still smoke great. Really, no, I won't say all, but non-aromatic tobaccos are tobaccos that don't have a topping on it or a heavy casing, they do a lot better if they were to get dried out. And you can smoke them, and they're gonna smoke pretty good. But I've noticed, like Yorktown, Bayou Morning, Exclusive, they're all pretty. The ones that I've got, they're pretty dry right out of the tin. But don't worry, it's perfectly fine. Believe me. You don't want a wet Virginia, okay? You don't want a wet Virginia. You will talk about tongue bite. Yeah, this is good stuff, folks. This is a good way to close out the end of the day. This is my third day. It is Wednesday. I left the house Monday morning at around 4:30. Headed to was I headed? Jackson, Mississippi. Right outside of Jackson, Mississippi. Pearl, Mississippi. Right down there by the Country Squire. Of course, I can't go there in my big truck, but I was in the area on Monday. And I took a load out of there and drove up to the St. Louis area. Tuesday morning delivery. Then I took a load out of there, go to the Northwest Arkansas area for this morning. That's where I delivered. And now I'm under a load that's going over into Kentucky. Hawesville, Kentucky. It's right on the border of Kentucky and Indiana. It's really pretty over there. It's in the Green River area. They got Green River this and Green River that. And for those that been smoking a pipe for a little while, Green River may ring a bell. There's a famous tobacco, Green River Burley. It comes from the part of Kentucky that I'm headed to tomorrow. Anyways, we made it to about the middle of Missouri. Right outside of Marshfield at a big, nice rest area. The Welcome Center here. I like parking here. It's big, plenty of parking. It's quiet. Unless you get parked up to next to somebody that has their TV and their truck so loud that I can hear it over here. You might be able to hear it on the video. That's irritating. Don't be one of those guys. If you're one of truck drivers, I got a few truck drivers watching this. Don't be one of those guys. Come on now. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a load, go to Memphis for Friday morning or Friday afternoon delivery, and then just go home. Call it a week. But we'll see. This is good stuff here. If you like that bready, I don't get a lot of hay out of this. Some guys like the grassy hay type stuff. The Virginia, I'm not really. I mean, it's okay, I guess, but that I love when I get that that bready, that like warm bread fresh out of the oven. When I get that, a hit of that, oh my gosh. Doesn't get much better than that, folks. This being a companion podcast, where we could just talk about whatever we want, you know. It doesn't have to be all about pipes, although I could talk about pipes and pipe tobacco forever and ever and never get tired of it. I'm not like some of these creators out there that get tired of talking about pipes, and they want to talk about completely other things. I love pipe smoking. I love pipes. I love pipe tobacco, and I have for a very long time, and it never gets old. Now I go through phases where I'm tearing it up 24/7, and then I go through phases where, you know, I'm doing 2-3 bowls a day, and that's really light for me if I'm doing 2-3 bowls a day. and occasionally skipping a day here and there. I'll go through times like that. But one thing that never changes, I love smoking a pipe. And sometimes when I'm in one of those slow stages and I pick up a pipe and light it up, it just brings back all of that that joy that you can only get with a fine bowl of tobacco. And that's usually the start to one of my heavy phases. When I do that, when I'm going light for a little while and I pick it up and then it just like boom, and then I'm like, can't put it down. I don't know if it's different for you guys or not. I know a lot of people on the forums and the Facebook, a lot of those guys, they're only smoking one bowl a week. Some of you only smoke like one bowl a day. And I get it. You guys got jobs where you work around civilized people and you can't smoke in the office, and you don't want to go out and you can't take a 45-minute smoke break. So I get it. You smoke a pipe when you get home at the end of the day, winding down, watching the Wheel of Fortune, put you some Prince Albert. I get it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. As long as you got a pipe going, I would suspect that you'd be pretty content. You got a pipe going. Anyways, see, I love talking about pipes so much. It took me away from what I've been thinking about. Now, I love a good provocative conspiracy theory. Even if I know, and I know most of them aren't true. I just love the idea of it. I love the thinking about it, and just the thought of like the what if. And so what I wanted to ask was, what is your favorite conspiracy theory out there right now going on? And I've been through one conspiracy. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or maybe just a theory, alternative theory. But way back in like 2011, 2012, my wife loves like Barnes and Noble and Books A Million and all those. She loves going to bookstores. She loves books. I'm not a huge reader. I should be. I'm not a huge reader. But anyways, we went to this bookstore. I can't remember which one it was. We were living in Alaska at the time, in the Anchorage area. So we went in this bookstore. She loved going to the bookstore. And I was looking around, trying to let her do her thing, find whatever she's wanting. And I'm looking around, and I see a for sale table, like a clearance table, and I see a book there. And the book, it just caught my eye, the name of it. The name of it was Fingerprints of the Gods by Graham Hancock. And it was on clearance for it was cheap. I don't know what the exact price, but it was so cheap that even I was going to buy it. So I bought that book. It was a thick book. It's hardcover. And in that book, in the first chapter, this got me hooked on this type of theory. But the first chapter was dealing with the Piri-Reis map. And the Piri-Reis map, if you guys don't know, Piri-Reis was like a naval ship captain, whatever you want to call it, way back in the day, like in the 1500s. I think this map, Piri-Reis map, is like 1540s, 1514, something like that. This is what blew me away. On the Piri-Reis map, he had a map of the coastline of Antarctica without the ice, without the 2 miles of ice. He had the perfect coastline of Antarctica, and he had notes on the map that says he took some of this information that's on this map from earlier maps. Now, put that in your pipe and smoke it, and just think about what that actually means. So, getting back to my current favorite conspiracy theory, or theory. I don't know if it's a conspiracy or not, and I don't know if any of this is true. Like I said, these are just things that I like to think about. Now, whether they're true or not, we're probably never, ever, ever going to know, and it's okay, big deal. You know, if it was true, it's not really gonna change. I have to get up and go to work. You know, it's not gonna like change my world. You know what I mean? So I kind of look at these theories like that. But my favorite theory right now is this mud flood theory. And I love it. I love the idea of it. I just love thinking that there was a great reset back in the 1700s or whatever, and it's just something so cool to think about. And whether it's probably not true, okay? But it's fun for me to think about, because I think a lot. I drive a lot. I did 3 days of 600 miles, getting unloaded, loaded, and driving 600 miles in a day for 3 days straight. I know some of you super truckers out there be like, oh, what an amateur. Okay. You know that's moving along pretty good. And I ain't just dropping and hooking. I'm getting unloaded, live loaded, unstrap, untarp, roll my tarps up, put them away, put my straps up, get my straps back out, strap it down, tarp it up. It's hard work, folks. So anyways, I have a lot of time to think. And I love putting on a podcast about something interesting. You know, did y'all ever really used to listen to Coast to Coast? I think it's still on. Man, I used to love listening to Coast to Coast with Art Bell. I mean, most of it was just this wacko people, but it was fun to listen to. It was fun to think about the stuff that they were talking about. You knew it wasn't true. You know, I want to believe in like certain things. I want to believe, but I just can't. I just can't believe in it. You know, I want to believe that there were advanced civilizations before us, and the Earth is just cyclical, and we're just going through this cyclical thing, and the cataclysmic thing happens, whether man-made or natural causes, and it's just a cyclical thing, and we're just building on top of each other, and you know, our memory gets wiped, you know, over time, over hundreds of years of us just trying to survive, and then we build another great society and civilization, and then it all crumbles down, and the process begins again. Now, whether or not any of that is true, no one will be able to prove it, like physically prove it, because nobody was there. Nobody was there to document it and take pictures, and you know what I mean? So it's just a fun thing to think about. Anyways, what's your favorite conspiracy? I want to hear about it because I want to look into it. Because it may be my new favorite conspiracy, or maybe your conspiracy is the same as mine. And that's probably the wrong word. Pseudo theory. Maybe that's what we should start calling it. There's nothing like relaxing at the end of the day with a fine bowl of tobacco. The only thing better is when I'm at home and I'm not at work, I can have a little brewski. Don't worry, I'm not a heavy drinker. I may drink like 1 beer a day, maybe 2. Only when I'm home. I don't drink at all when I'm out here working, of course. I don't know if this is a blend, because I'm a pretty heavy puffer. I'm probably not as heavy as like Matches. Rest in peace. I'm like probably in between like Mutton Chop and Matches. Maybe leaning a little bit closer to Matches, because I'm definitely not a Mutton Chop. That guy, I love his video. I love that guy. He's just a great guy, and he's a man after my own heart. Like it's all pipe smoking all the time. He loves it more than a hat. I know he's probably one of the only people that love pipe smoking more than I do. The man made like a holster for his pipe, and maybe even tobacco. I don't know, but the man loves pipes and pipe tobacco and smoking pipes. But he is a slow smoker. I'm too impatient. I think I love retrohaling too much. I think that's what it is. I love when I push it out the pipe and getting that aroma out of the pipe. That aroma is different than the aroma you get when you're exhaling or retrohaling or whatever. That aroma hits different. So I like doing that. But there ain't nothing like a nice slow retrohale. It tickles your nose, makes you kind of want to sneeze a little bit right. You're on the verge of it. That's good. Anyways, it's been 35 minutes, folks. I hope that you guys are enjoying these. I've been getting a lot of feedback from you guys. I get a lot of comments on my videos. I'm sorry I don't answer all of them. I probably don't look at it as much as I should. Because I just got other things going on. But I do enjoy making these videos. I enjoy the interaction I get from you guys, and I read all the comments eventually. So even if I don't respond to your comments, I'm reading them. Now, it'd be impossible for me to, not impossible, but I'm probably not going to respond to all of them. But I do appreciate your comments. And, like and subscribe. YouTube tells me like a lot of you, most of you, are not subscribed. You're watching and not subscribing. Doesn't cost anything, folks. I don't want your money. I make my money. Okay? I don't want your money. I don't want to be famous. I just want you to enjoy your pipe. And I think everybody should at least try a pipe at least once. They should at least try a pipe for like a year, not a year, maybe a month. Give the pipe like a month. Get you some good tobacco. Spend a month with the pipe. That's what I want. This is so enjoyable to me. I want to share it with everybody. And I want everybody to be able to enjoy it. And you don't have to enjoy it the same way I do. That's my saying. There's no right way to smoke a pipe, but there's a bunch of wrong ways. So I'm not one of these guys. If you're not enjoying it my way, you're not doing it exactly that, I'm like resentful towards you or mad at you or think you're an idiot. I'm not one of those guys. I want everybody to enjoy it, and I think everybody can enjoy it. And if I just share just a little bit of information with you to help you enjoy it a little bit better, that's what I want. That's what I'm making these videos for. I want everybody to be enjoying the hobby, the craft, the lifestyle. That's what I want. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Let's grow this thing a little bit, and then we're gonna do some lives. We're gonna do live pipe smoking, and we're gonna be talking to each other. I'll be answering your questions live. I think it'd be a great time. Matches used to do something just like it, so that's my goal. I don't want to be Matches or anything. Nobody can be Matches. Rest in peace. But I want to emulate a little bit of what he did. Anyways, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this Yorktown, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by.